Back at it again. Yo, what's good, YouTube? So I wanted to make an important video because me and a couple of my boys were talking just about the difference between being rich and building wealth. Just with my journey in this world, I figured out how to make a lot of money. Obviously it starts with hard work, but everyone works hard, but we got to stop thinking I want to be rich. That is just an awful way to think, because let's be honest, like, you can win the lottery and then be rich for a little and then go back to living the same way. But a lot of us, what we want to do to get out of this state of mind and just take our family out is to build wealth. And that comes with mindset. So I was talking to my sister, and a lot of things that we were talking about, like, a lot of you guys don't know about me, but my dad had riches, but he had no wealth. He had a lot of money coming in, but he had nothing tied up into anything. He had one house, and I'm grateful for that, because I learned, and I'm learning from people as well, that you can make $1 million but not have any investments, and wealth built generational wealth. And that's what we have to understand. Because a lot of us, we work day to day, we're throwing all our money into sneakers, and don't get me wrong, that stuff looks nice and stuff, but you shouldn't be buying sneakers if you don't have $1,000 in your savings for an emergency. You shouldn't be buying sneakers if you don't have a Roth or a 401k, for your family. Because this is where you get into a situation where you pass away and your kids have nothing for you. Not even if it's $100, that accrues through time. Your kids have nothing to live off of, and they got to live off and bum off of people and just look forward to other people helping them out. And it's so sad to see, because I see it all the time. So the difference between rich is you can go get a nice job and make 80 grand, make 150, make 200, be a doctor, make 200. But don't forget, like, it's liabilities minus assets versus liabilities. That's what you're comparing here. You can't go ahead and get a $150,000 job and then go buy a house, and then go buy a new car for you and your wife, and then you got your student loan debts. It just doesn't make sense, and that's the stuff you learn from. You can't make 150 and then go buy a $800,000 house, because your ratio does not work. Normally people buy a house, and I like to say, hopefully it's around 20% of your take home. That's what your mortgage will be. People are saying 30%. It's not, because you want some emergency money. There's always an emergency, but you want like 3 different types of savings. You want your retirement savings, you want your emergency savings, and then you want your savings for your kids, because you want to retire and have money left over, but you also want money for your kids so they can pay for college, they can pay for their first car if you wanted to, certain things like that. And then someone told me the other day, you want your kids to be wealthy. When they turn either 15 or 14, put them on your credit card. Obviously you're paying it on time, and your utilization is under 5% a month. But put them on your credit card as they turn 14. Obviously don't give it to them. And by the time they're 18, you say you show them what the credit is. You teach them, but they have an 800 credit score because they're inheriting your credit. It's not going to affect their credit. People forget, like, and a lot of people make a lot of money off of this, is they'll have a $10,000 credit card limit, and somebody needs to build their credit, and they'll say, hey, pay me $200 or $100 a month, and you could be on my credit, on that credit card. But what you forget is you're inheriting the history. The credit card could be a 5-year card. You're inheriting 60 payments of on-time payments, and a $10,000 limit, that anytime you go and get another card, you're gonna get $10,000 at minimum. That's what you inherit. And then that builds your credit score, builds your payment history, it builds your utilization. Hopefully you don't have any credit cards that are maxed out, and it builds your age of history. That right there is, if you don't got no credit cards, that right there is 200 to 300 points. You know, so those are the things that you want to do. And the sad thing is sometimes it starts with you. You're the one that starts to change a generation, you know, and building wealth, it's okay to build wealth slow. Putting $100 a week, putting it into investment, watching it grow through time, you know, and as 40 years go by, you could easily have $1 million, for $1.5 million in retirement, and you could live off of dividends, you know. And if you get fired, you're like, screw it, you know. But through that time, you have your house, where as you get older, you know, you probably have 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, but as you get older, you downsize, sell it, put more money into your investments, you know, or buy a couple rental properties that by the time you pass away, your kids inherit. That's how you build generational wealth. But it starts with you. You can't want to do it all. It's one thing at a time, and that's what I've learned, you know. Me and my wife talk a lot about this stuff, and, you know, and I'm the leader of it, but you know, you open up your Roth, you know, you might put up $30 in, and then as you start to budget and you want to get more into it, you see that, hey, I could put more money. Next thing you know, you got $10,000 in that Roth, giving you a dividend of another $700 a year. That's a trip right there, you know. So the difference between getting rich, don't think about getting rich, you know, because a lot of you try to, but you really won't, because you're gonna think fast money. But what you want to do is you want to build wealth. You know, you want to slow, and any extra money you got, live off a budget. You know, as you have kids, you know, it might go up. As you have a house, hopefully you have an emergency fund on the side. Hopefully you keep every 6 months, you call your credit limits or your credit cards to up your limits. You know, obviously asking them, is it a hard inquiry do you guys accrue, or is it a soft inquiry? If it's a soft inquiry, you definitely get that credit limit increase, because you never know, like this coronavirus, you know. Or sometimes the credit card companies may just increase you if you're doing the right things. Like if you're paying on time, your limits are low, under 10%. And you know, you're paying the thing on time all the time, they'll just do it themselves every 6 months to a year. So I hope you guys like this video. You know, let's try and build some generational wealth, guys. I want to see more people doing the right thing. I hate when I talk to people and I'm trying to have a intellectual conversation, and they're talking about nothing. You know, waiting for that stimulus check to come. That's cool. You can wait for that stimulus check to come, but what are you doing now? Or I'm not working right now because I'm waiting for that PUA $600 to come back. Yeah, that's not that mindset you want to have, you know. You can't think about being poor. You got to think about making more money. That's all you got to think about. And as you think like that, the money comes. So have a happy Sunday, guys. Hope all is well. And then I'll be throwing up some more fire videos for y'all. All right, peace.